Welcome to the Quiet Storm podcast. I'm just playing. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Philmore with another episode of Our Journey of Love.
Were you gonna introduce me, or you just? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
God, what the cuff? With my beautiful wife, Ashlee. How you doing, baby?
I'm great, babe. How
you
are
good?
you?
I'm all right. Mama, the weather's changing a little bit.
It is.
So I'm a little stuffy.
A little stuffy.
Sinus draining and stuff like that. So,
you got the cooties. I need a cootie shot.
You said that like I had.
Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. I'm telling my age, ain't it?
Yeah. Ooh, wee. But anyway, while you over there talking about my illness, air quotes, today we're going to talk about communication.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very important part as far as relationships, either, with anybody, dating, friends, parents, family, etc. So, communication is a important part once again, and it is a forgotten in some places, that people forget about. And, we're here to, tell you the good and the bad and try to give y'all a different outlook of what we think about communication.
True that.
You ready for this, babe?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start off with, the woman's perspective.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first. And I just, because 9 times out of 10, the woman is always screaming, I want to be heard. I want you to hear me. You're not listening. So, I want you to start off, and I just want you to give us, a woman's perspective about communication.
But are you speaking from experience when you talking about ain't nobody listening and all that type of stuff? I feel like that came from a personal place.
It didn't come from a personal place. That's universal.
The way you said it with the eye look was like, They
don't know what I was looking like.
I do.
Now you telling our business. All our business.
Okay, so I feel like from a woman's perspective, when we are communicating with our man, I feel like sometimes y'all can tune us out. I feel like y'all attention span is very, very short. I feel like women are, some of the differences though, I feel like women have a tendency to over communicate in comparison to a man. I feel like y'all under communicate and we probably over communicate. I feel like, let's see, I feel like women, we do a whole lot of, I would say nonverbal cues when we're talking. So like the eye rolls, the shoulder shrugs, the eyebrow raises. We may not verbally say what you're saying looks crazy, but our face will show it. Let me see what else. Yeah. And I agree that guys, what you were saying, not listening, not hearing, because sometimes you have a posture where it appears that you're not hearing and listening to us. Why is that? Tell me. I want to know.
About our posture?
Asking for a friend. Like, do y'all really be listening? I am. I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, so check this out, right? When it comes to guys, we hear you.
Do you?
Yes, we hear you. Okay. Loud and clear. Mm-hmm. We hear you. Now, how we process that and when we decide to do X, Y, and Z, that's totally different.
Well, why it take y'all so long sometimes to react?
Because, one, we might not just want to do what y'all want us to do. Plain and simple.
I mean, but if someone is trying to have a conversation with you and you're looking for a response and it's the whole total shutdown, you're not even looking her way, you're just looking at the TV or your phone or whatever the case may be, why?
I mean, it depends on the man. So you have the type that, look, the very aggressive ones be like, look, I done told you what it is and what it's gonna be. So all this that you talking, I ain't hearing it. They hear you, but it's like, are you done?
That's so rude. I hate that.
It's like, are you done?
I hate that. Don't ask nobody if they done. That's the quickest way.
They might not say, "Are you done?" But they might give you.
Don't do it, man. If you say that, don't do it. Do not do that. That is so rude, and that's the quickest way to get you cussed out. Go ahead.
Hey, some men like getting cussed out. That some couples like cussing each other out. And that's how they communicate.
That is ineffective communication.
To who? Maybe to you.
I'm speaking from experience. I've been in a relationship where a person, the guy did not hear me unless I'm literally cussing him out from head to toe. Mm-hmm. I could have said it nice 1,000 ways. Can you do this, or will you do this, or we need to discuss this? I can say it nice, but he did not get it until it came with all the cuss words. And then it was like, oh, well, you should have just said that. Like, I've been saying that. Why I got to get angry and cuss you out for you to hear me? That's crazy. That is ineffective. I don't care.
It just depends on how much they take you serious. Again, that's on a different individual level on a man. How serious are they taking you?
Determines how much they'll listen to you. Is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how much do y'all listen during the dating phase? I'm curious. So during the whole, like, you just meet somebody, let's say within the first 3 months, you just meet somebody, you're trying to get to know them. So I would assume for just me taking a educated guess that you would really be in tune at the beginning because you're trying to figure this person out. Mm-hmm. But is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, again, it depends on the individual.
Okay.
Because you can just, do enough just to get on their good side and just, then you have the ones who really genuine. Mm-hmm. I just really want to know about this chick. So they do, the over and beyond or show the good face, of trying to get you to communicate with them. Mm-hmm. So let your hair down, I guess, or let you relax. Mm-hmm. Be open with them. So, yeah.
Interesting. So, I guess look at this man so unprofessional. He got his cell phone all on while we recording in our studio. Are you done? There we go.
Yeah, we good.
Yep, that was a perfect example. Are you done?
But the thing is, I didn't get upset.
Jeez. Are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Good gracious, I lost my train of thought.
I should call this person out, but I ain't gonna do that.
Oh, don't do that.
I ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
Who just text me?
Now, what was I talking about? See, that threw me off. That's why you got to turn your stuff off before we start recording. It's like a movie theater.
Okay, so check this out. Check this out, y'all. So, men, we're simple. Mm-hmm. Y'all think we're not simple. Y'all just think we're just so difficult and complicated. We're real simple.
Okay.
We just want you to tell us what you want. And that's it.
I think we do that.
No. Some of y'all think. I ain't gonna say all y'all. Some of y'all think y'all know what y'all want. Because think about it. I learned this a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Older gentleman told me, women think with their hearts, men think with their heads. Mm-hmm. So usually when y'all, yelling and cussing and whatever, or excited, you're talking from your heart. So sometimes you might not, you just talking off emotion.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And y'all do things, through emotion, your anger, your happiness, this, that, and the other. So, and then after the fact, you either thought about it after you didn't say what you didn't say, and you're like, oh, well, you regret it, or I shouldn't have said that, or, well, I hope he don't think I overdid it. You know, I hope that wasn't too much. This, that, and the other. Men, we thinking here at the head. We ain't going from the heart. We thinking in here. So we had already thought it out, you know. So we're real simple. And I need ladies to understand this. That, you know, it's a good time to talk to a man when he's engaging with you. That's when you get the most out of communication.
Okay, so if he at home watching TV or playing a video game or doing something else.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Ooh,
tell me.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you. Ladies, let me tell you something. I learned this in marriage counseling. It is called the thinking box. You don't know what the thinking box is? It's a box that men, we all have it. There's no man that's not going to say he doesn't have it. There's a time period where we're not thinking about nothing. We put all of life problems, work, relationship, food, bills, money, all that. We put it in this box and we close it and we put it to the side. And we're not thinking about nothing. Babe, what you thinking about? Nothing. We're glued to the TV. We're engaged in a video game or whatever recreational thing that we're doing. And y'all like to talk to us while we're in the thinking box. And y'all have went off this whole, you know, it sounds like, Charlie Brown a little bit.
Child, no, we don't sound like no womp. Really?
I'm just giving them a good example of what it could sound like to a woman. And they be like, you not listening to me. Huh? I was, huh? Cause you caught us in the thinking box. Now, if you know your man or whoever you're dating or, you know, anybody you're talking to, you will catch them in their thinking box. And you have to understand, like, let me get his attention first to get him out of that. So when I do go off or just, you know, tell him what I want to say, he's engaging. You know, a lot of women, that's why they want them to get rid of the game. You're always playing the game. Because they know it's taking their attention away from them. That's why they want to get rid of the game.
Are you sure that's the reason?
I could say that's one of the reasons. I ain't gonna say that's all the reason, but you know, when they ain't getting it, and then you know they want to get in front of them while they playing it in the middle of it. Now, see, ladies, now it's 2019. Let's make it clear. It's 2019. It ain't 99. It ain't 2000. It ain't 1985. You cannot just press pause on these games no more. You cannot. There's no memory card. It's like, hold on, let me just say this. These are live action games that you are playing.
Nobody cares.
I know. That's what we're talking about. The ladies don't care. They don't care.
Because it's not real life. They ain't bringing no money in that household. And if I say I want to talk right now, you can turn this video game off.
That's what I'm saying. They're in the middle.
It's irrelevant.
Exactly. They don't. I started off by saying they don't care. I know I said that. They don't care, ladies.
Because if I have a concern and you're playing a video game and I bring it to you and then you're going to sit here and say you need to finish this quarter? Oh, no, honey.
Hold on.
No, baby, no.
Hold on.
Wrong answer.
Hold on.
That's how stuff you're throwing out the windows.
But they want us to be engaging when they talking to us. See, they already interrupted us. Now we like, what you got to say?
Oh, so now you got an attitude.
They could be.
Because your little fantasy world messed up.
They could be.
When your real world about to be towed up. So you won't worry about fantasy world.
It could be. It's part of the communication.
I can't with y'all.
Part of the communication.
Okay. Let me take it back to when you was talking about one of the things we learned in marriage counseling. So this whole box idea. So yes. I know when I heard of it, to me it made no sense. From a woman's perspective,
I know it's not gonna make sense.
From a woman's perspective, we always have so much on our mind, and it's always a constant go. We're always thinking about something. If it's not work, it's this. If it's not this, is that. So our minds are constantly go, 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 go.
That's why they all stressed out.
So we don't have
worried.
It is not even that. It's just that we're always forward thinking. So, but my thing is, so when I heard that of sometimes men are just sitting there thinking about nothing, to me, I'm like, how is that possible? It is so rare that I just sit down and think about nothing. Like, I can count on one hand how many times I just sat there and thought about nothing. Even if I'm watching TV, something is going on in my mind, whether, well, tomorrow I probably need to do this. When this commercial come on, I'm going to go pack for this for tomorrow. Then I'll do this, I'll do this. And then I'm going to sit down and then I'm like, probably need to make lunch. So then I'll watch the rest of the episode. I'm like, all right, let me go do this. Like, my mind is constantly going as most women. So when I heard of nothing, I'm like, how y'all do that? Like, how you just sit, like, you ain't thinking about nothing at all? That blew my mind. So for me, I know that was a struggle for me to really understand how you just sitting there like, so if I say what you think about, you tell me nothing, I'm supposed to just rock with it and be like, okay. Interesting.
The most of the time it's an extra statement. I'm actually engaging into this television show or movie that I'm watching. I'm paying attention.
I'm paying attention as well.
So but it's something that we said, last episode. You put, I ain't gonna say we. You said that men are not multitaskers. We're not trying to think about what's going on tomorrow.
That is true.
We trying to worry about if this person's gonna make me laugh or, oh man, he just killed him or they just beat him up on a TV show or whatever. Mm-hmm. We ain't thinking about nothing else.
Well, I am.
Very easy.
And most women are. Because as you see me sometimes, even when we watching TV on the couch, I'm on my phone. So I'm like, oh, let me look this up real quick while I'm sitting here thinking about it.
I mean, but that's the difference between men and women. We can comprehend. What's the word? Oh, Jesus, I messed that up.
Skirt, rewind.
Right.
Play. Okay, go.
Weird. Somebody gonna get me for that. We can put different objects, different subjects in different boxes. When it's about different things in life, we just go to the box.
You just pull that particular box out.
Yeah. So y'all are able what we talking about?
Compartmentalize.
Yeah, that's the
y'all
word.
Thought so. It's just like, all right. You said, oh, we talking about money today. Let me go to the money box. Mm-hmm. Be like, all right, now go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like hold on, give me a second. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
That's it. So you doing something that is not.
So what I hear from you is that men are simple, that y'all do listen, and that if you are not already engaging in conversation with your significant other, then before you do, they need to make sure that they have your attention before just really letting it rip.
Yeah, and then, ladies, y'all know how to get your man's attention.
Yes. It may not always be a positive way, but they know how to get it.
Exactly. Now, every man is not the same. So that's why it's your job to, if you want that attention, you know what I'm saying? You have to find ways that, hey, let me get his attention first. That's going to be better for me. So I can give him what I want.
And tell him what you need.
Right.
But I will also caution people that men don't make your ladies have to beg for your attention.
Exactly.
Because it's going to get to a certain point if she feels like she's ignored. She feels like she is not valued and that you're not hearing her.
True.
She's going to check out. Whether it be physically or mentally, there's going to be a checkout that occurs.
True that.
And then you're going to be in the bigger problem than what, initially had you just stopped and had a conversation with her.
True that.
At that particular time.
True that. Yep, I totally agree, fellas. We gotta put our part in too. Now we gotta find that compromise with the communication to say, hold on, okay, she's talking to me, so let me go into this box or let me find a moment to stop at a reasonable or whatever I'm doing to talk, to engage, because they like engaging.
Yes, we do. We do. Because it lets us know, one, that you hear us, and that you are concerned about us, and that, and the fact is we want to hear about your lives too. We want to know what's going on. We want to know how you feel about certain stuff. And I think that's another thing too. Sometimes that question of, well, how do you feel about it? The whole, just nonchalant answer, like, whatever. Just, whatever.
I mean, that goes back to what I said earlier. We're not, we're born not to be emotional type creatures. So it's not, you're going to most of the time get that dull or non-emotional statement.
I'm going to tell you now, that is one of the things that annoy women. If I'm asking for your opinion, I'm expecting an opinion. That's just what it is. Like, I wouldn't have asked you if I didn't want it. So if I ask you for it, I get the whole, it don't, what you mean it don't matter? So do you mean you don't care? So sometimes that it don't matter translates to you don't care about whatever it is we're talking about, or you don't care about me enough to even have an opinion. So it's like, can you just can you just give me your thoughts?
Okay. Well, let's dissect into that. Now, coming from men, some of the times, I would say 65% of the time, we do care. When we say it doesn't matter. Now, by us just saying it doesn't matter, we're just, letting you make the decision. Like, we like, babe, I'm with you, whatever decision you're going to make. Right. Because, you have the ones that be like, look, the takeover kind, just don't let you make any decisions.
Take over mean like the man take over or the woman take over?
No, he just take over, make all the decisions.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, you don't have a voice. You don't have a
that's
opinion. Like, I don't, exactly. So, that's why another thing we say, y'all don't know what y'all want. So we say, it doesn't matter. We can give the greatest, the greatest example on earth. Not on earth.
Let me hear it.
Y'all ladies, y'all better not say y'all don't do this.
I'm listening. I'm ready for this.
Oh, honey, what do you want to eat? I don't know, babe. What you want to eat? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. Well, we're going to get this fried chicken. I don't want that. You laughing. That is the greatest example ever in life.
I don't do
y'all
that.
Don't.
Wait a minute, y'all. I wish we should have recorded this live so you could see this man's face right now.
All the men across the world know what I'm talking about. Babe, what you want to eat? I don't know. It don't matter. Okay.
Well, that's because, it doesn't. And then when we start hearing stuff, it's like, nah, I don't really have a taste for that.
Well, then it matters then.
It does. It's like, I don't know what I want, but at the same time, I want something good, but the stuff that you naming ain't resonating with me.
How about y'all start off? How about to see if y'all make it better? If y'all just start off, okay, I don't know what I want, but I don't want this, and this.
Because sometimes we don't know we don't want it until we hear it. It's like,
because you don't know what you want.
Nah, I don't want this.
Because you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. So it goes back to what I was saying, by just saying, baby, it don't matter. I'm letting you decide.
Okay.
I'm letting you decide. Now we can just take over and just be like, we gonna do this, then we gonna eat at this time, and we gonna, well, you didn't ask me what I want. Cat got your tongue.
I feel like you're speaking from personal experience again.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking universal.
I feel like he is. He's trying to put me on blast without putting me on blast.
There's no underlining tone to that. You feel guilty?
Not at all.
All right. So, let's keep on.
Not at all.
Keep on moving.
So, I feel like when you're saying that is that a man's I don't know or it doesn't matter is more of a, I guess, allowing us to make a decision or have more say so is what I hear you saying. Interesting perspective. I never took it like that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, because you just don't care. Because y'all over there, you don't care. What you mean? I'm giving you the option to make the
decision. You don't care if I eat or not. I'm over here starving.
And here you go. Check this out. And we might want something that you don't want to eat. So we like, babe, babe, what's what I eat what you want to eat.
So y'all taking a hit for the team too.
Yeah.
That sound like what that type. is too. Okay.
It's part of that, it's part of the communication, the compromise. Mm-hmm. Cause, communication and compromise goes hand in hand.
Ooh, them 2 C's, baby.
Yeah, they like gang signs. Yeah.
No, not gang signs.
You can do it with your hands.
So let me ask you. So why do guys, if there's any type of situation in a relationship, like a problem, an issue, why do guys take so long to, one, either bring it up, or two, wait for the woman to bring up something before he wants to talk about something?
Because they're trying to handle it themselves.
But how do you handle a relationship problem solo dolo? How does that work? It doesn't work, but I mean, in y'all's mind, how y'all rationalizing that?
It's because that's how we're born nature to
solve problems.
Yes, that's what men are they're naturally doing.
They're
there to handle it, and that's universal. Okay. Now you have don't get me wrong. You have your ones who just very, very, very passive, and just. You do have those.
The ones that ain't got no backbone?
Yeah, no spine. A little wimpy.
Okay.
No, maybe not a little wimpy, but, they a little, what I call weak.
Because they won't stand up or have a voice or do nothing.
Right.
That doesn't work with my personality. Because I would have ran over them, and then I'd be looking at them like, you whack. I don't want to be with you. Because I can tell you to jump me, you're going to ask me how high every time. Like, I need a little bit of resistance. I need someone like, ain't nobody finna be doing all that. Go.
So question, let's go back to that. So why do some women do that as far as like run over the man that does? Hold on, check. I know they can. I know that. But I'm saying why the male who is very, very open and emotional and, very giving to, his concerns, his worries, his feelings. Why do some women choose to run him over?
Simply because they can. He allows it and they do it. I'm sitting here trying to think of examples. And that's, honestly, if there is someone who they know is going to take care of them, the answer is always going to be yes. Depending, and I would say this, depending on how the character and morals of this woman, if they don't have the greatest standards, then they're gonna run over him. They're gonna use him. Mm-hmm. To the fullest.
You're real spaceless right now.
Yeah, because I don't like those situations. I don't like when someone sees that someone is, air quotes, weak or very open or very compassionate, very caring, mm-hmm. and someone kind of steps in and takes advantage of that. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the worst things you can do. I think it's best just to say, hey, you ain't my type, and just let it rock. I have seen, but on the flip side, I will say this, a lot of women, or a good percentage, when we are, I guess, are introduced or we meet a guy who's so emotionally available uh-huh. and is crying and doing he's just an emotional creature, mm-hmm. we do kind of shun away. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a serious relationship, mm-hmm. I can speak from experience. That's something that I have done. Like, mm-hmm. if you just I'm just, first of all, because me, everyone jokes with me, especially my mom. She's like, you ain't got no heart. So you just, which is not true. I do have a heart. What I don't deal with well, whether it's male or female, it's a whole bunch of crying and breaking down and I don't deal
like
with
really crying, like tears.
I don't deal with people's emotional outbursts real well. I just don't do it. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, and
we know because you a thug. We know you hard. We know that.
But I think like in that particular situation, I know I'll just speak for myself. When I ran into that person who was just really just emotional, I'm like, this is no one that I could take seriously in terms of a relationship. One, because I feel like you're going to break down at every little thing. So then that makes me feel like I would be the one that's primarily calm, chill, or trying to figure out a solution. So to me, it was like the roles would be the reverse, and I would kind of be the quote unquote man in the house because you're an emotional wreck. Mm-hmm. So now if I wanted to break down, I can't because you're going to been done broke down before I did. Just being real.
Both of y'all need tissue.
So, and it's not, I don't want to feed into that stereotype that men can't cry. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like men should be in touch with their emotions, but to a degree. Like, you should be walking around here crying or like, listen, sir, please get yourself together. Get it together, you know? So I think it's like a delicate balance when we're talking about men and their emotions. And yeah, that's just me personally. But some women are really open and receptive to, I call them, you call them weak, I call them just a sensitive man. They love that.
Yeah, you got them. Yeah.
And if that works for you, then that works for you.
Right.
I'm just the way my personality is set up and the way how sharp my tongue is, that would not work.
I need a thug girl. Where they at?
That wouldn't work. And I know I would end up hurting his feelings probably within a week and a half. There's no need to even go down that road.
Okay. So answer this. So if that's the case, so why do so many women go for the a-hole? Because the a-hole take care of the business now. You know what I'm saying? You want the protection, they got it.
I knew you was going there.
You need the house, you good? All right, I'm good. But they a-hole. They ain't letting you.
Yeah, I knew you was going there. So that's why I made the statement that it has to be a balance, because the a-hole person is really that straight, like, I guess alpha male, if you will.
They very alpha male.
He gonna make sure the house is taken care of. He gonna make sure the bills are paid. He's gonna take care pretty much of the physical stuff, the material things. When it comes down to emotions, that man sucks. So it's like, okay, the trade-off is, I know I'm good. I know he got me. But when it comes to, babe, I want to talk about this. Now I want to talk about that.
Right.
Because he's like, listen, I done paid the light bills. I done got this shit. The food is food in the freezer, in the refrigerator. You
that
got
new Benz outside.
Right. You got a new car. Just bought you a new
the
bag.
Red bottoms.
And some new shoes. In his mind, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Everything is good because he is provided.
Right.
And that ain't true.
he over here looking like you need a big ass house.
You shouldn't have a problem in the world because you good.
You went to Barbados 3 times this week.
Not Barbados, child.
3 times this week. When you go out of town, you stand in the W.
Right.
Everywhere you go. Right.
Yeah.
You know, so he like, what you crying about?
Yeah. And again, that's where that balance comes in, because it has to be an understanding that just because you take care of my physical and material needs does not mean I'm taken care of. You see that a lot with these superstars and the millionaires, and you know the wife has a beautiful house, beautiful life, but her husband ain't home every night. Or if he is there, he is tied to his computer working or doing something. And if they have kids, he's not spending time with the kids. So it's like, you don't really have a man. You just got a provider. You got a bank. That's what you got.
That's what you call it. A bank.
You got a bank.
Okay. Well, I'll sit there and say this for men. You know, in that aspect, you gotta. It's kind of like you gotta choose what you want.
Right.
Out of me.
Okay.
I'm not saying me per se, but I'm just saying.
Right.
As a man, look, you got the one that's gonna go out here, be an alpha male and make sure you good, house on your head, kids fed, good clothes.
Right.
You ain't gotta worry nobody canceling no credit card.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But he got to go ahead and get this money. Mm-hmm. He got to do he's doing what he needs to do to make sure you're all good.
Right.
Right. So now by y'all saying no, well, I need some time, some emotional time, this, that, and the other. And that might not be his forte because it's, he feels like you're stopping me from, doing what I need to do. X, Y, and Z, because then you have the one like we talked about earlier, the emotional one.
Yeah.
Who's always going to be all in his feelings and catering to what, what do you need, baby? And you want your back rubbed? I mean, I got, what happened at work? They know everybody at work that you work with. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and then y'all, you pushing him with, so it's kind of like you goes back to, you got to choose what you want, because yes, you can find that balance, but it's going to be hard because, men, we are one way, mm-hmm. One way. And, I'll give a prime example. If you got a man who goes out there and work all the time, this, that, and the other, and then you constantly, want him home, and he says, okay, I'm gonna be home. To satisfy you. Uh-huh. To satisfy your, I want you to be at home. Mm-hmm. To make you happy. Mm-hmm. Now he's sacrificing, that bag. He's sacrificing that bag, and then, you thinking that he's still getting his bag. No, we not getting this bag. You
getting half of it.
we went from shopping at Publix to Kroger. Shoot, might even Dollar General. There's nothing wrong with shopping at Dollar General. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you getting my comparison. The Dollar Tree. We going the easy way. Ooh, did I tell my age?
Yeah, I'm about to say easy way. So this is what I would say about that. Again, that goes back to balance. And let me say this. I don't think any reasonable woman is going to stop her man from going to work. Keyword reasonable.
No.
Because one thing I'm not going to do for Philmore, if you say you got to work, what you need for lunch? Let me pack you on lunch because you need to go to work.
That's right.
But the thing about Philmore now is that we have found that balance because we have differing work schedules. We have different off days. We have just life in general, just like everyone else. And we have been able to strike that balance as far as his work schedule, my work schedule, just recently adding in, podcast recordings. And in addition to this, he has another podcast that he does. So again,
shout out to Just Listen.
Yep. So again, that's how that communication really plays a role in terms of, in this perspective, he tells me what's going on in his world. I tell him what's going on in my world, and we make our worlds work together. And we could not do that without communication. That's
correct. Let's be real with these people right now. Now let's not get it twisted. Mm-hmm. It wasn't it didn't start out smooth.
Not at all.
I don't want people to think that it was just, okay, they just did it and it worked. Nope.
Not at all.
No.
And I thought, you know what? And this is the honesty moment for me. I thought that since we were friends for so long and that when we got married, I knew marriage would be work. I think I fooled myself into how much work it would be. I thought that him and I wouldn't have to put in as much work because I was like, we've been friends for all these years. This is going to be a breeze.
This finna be a breeze.
Psych. So yeah, it took us a minute to get our stride. I'll say a few months. It still didn't. I think that's relatively short in comparison to us overall, but it definitely took us a few months to get it together. For me to understand where he was coming from, and for him to understand where I was coming from, in terms of quality time, in terms of, you ain't single no more, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like every weekend is not the homeboys weekend. And same for me, you know. So it took us a moment, but we got it together. I think we good. It's like,
right.
I know he gonna be at work. I may not remember what time. I know what days he work, because I ask him what time he work on, like, probably every day. I'm like, what time? You said what? 2:33? Okay, all right.
And get it wrong every time. Get it wrong. Then
but I know what days he's at work, and I know about the time he should be getting off. I'm always within a 30-minute window. That's all that matters.
She might not know to the T, but you didn't ask me 3 times in the last hour and a half. What time you go in? 3.
Yeah. So just learning how to be considerate of each other's schedules. I know one thing we do too is before we make any outside plans outside of us as a couple, we just have a little check-in, like, hey, do you have anything scheduled for us or anything on this particular day? Yes, no. All right, cool.
And that's because, we're not elephants. We don't remember everything.
Right,
so,
right.
I might not remember. She might not remember. Mm-hmm. So you have to, to do the talking.
Right.
I
try to keep stuff on the calendar. Like, you know how you share your little calendar on your phone. I try because I know I'm the forgetful one in the group. And he'll been and told me he done scheduled something for us to do on Saturday, and I've been scheduling a nail appointment. I'm like, oh, you told me that. And when you told me that? I'm like, well, my nail appointment at 10. What time is that event? Like,
now, here it is. Fellas, y'all gonna hear this one. Here you go. Man, we got to go to that thing next week. You didn't tell me that.
That is my famous line.
Yes, I did. You didn't tell me that.
That is my famous
now we over
line.
Here. Depending on the guy, he questioned this. Did I tell her? I know I told her. We sat here, and then you drew the whole picture. We sat here and talked. You didn't tell me that. All right.
Yeah. So I'm one of those ones I have to write it down, because if I don't write it down right then, I'm not gonna remember. So yeah, one of the things is just like, hey, and he's learned, because he knows that I'm forgetful. And if I didn't write in my calendar, he'll do like a couple of days before now, not the day of, like a couple of days before. He'll be like, so, we still on for whatever on Thursday. I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, yeah, I got it in my calendar. We good. He'd be like, okay. Or the other answer would be like, we are. I'm like, ain't nothing in my calendar. Okay, let me add it.
Now, this goes for both sides, because that could be the other way around, but for men and women, we have to learn that we cannot, and this is part of communication, you cannot always blow up and be like, you not listen to me.
Right.
Then they really not listen to you.
I know I shut down. I do.
And that's part of the communication. You don't want to shut down. Because you really want them to hear them. This goes for men and women.
Yes.
You can't just, bark at them, go at the neck.
Yes.
You go in it, chomping them off.
Right. And the other thing I would say is you really have to know your partner. You have to study your partner, whoever you're with. You have to study them, and you have to know them, know their triggers, and know how they react. Know their personality, to the point that, and this is going to be another honesty moment, just for Philmore and I, we both have a characteristic where if we don't want to deal with something, we'll shut down quick.
Facts.
Both of us have that.
Right.
So knowing that both of us have this tendency to shut down, we literally had to have a conversation. It was just like, shutting down is not an option.
Right.
Period. It's just not an option. We cannot do that, because we know if we do, that'd be detrimental to us as a unit.
Right. So,
and again, we are still human. Has there been shutdowns that occurred? Yeah. Primarily on my part. I'll take that. Has there been? But even in those moments, whatever we are talking about, Philmore reminds me, he was like, oh no, you're not going to shut down on me. That's not an option. The shutting down is not an option. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? And then I'm mad, because I'm like, I know what I said. I know I said shut down. I know what I said. But then I have to quickly, and I do mean quickly, get myself back into the game, because I know that shutting down is not an option. And in that moment, whether I want to deal with it or not, it has to be dealt with, and it has to be discussed.
Right.
Yeah. You see how to?
That's called growth.
Yes.
It's called growth.
Yes. Come on, God.
Get him. Yes. With the snaps.
Yes.
With the snaps.
So, I would say that, again, like I said, just know your partner and understand that you all are going to communicate differently. That's just what it is. And if you don't have this open communication, those differences could potentially lead to misunderstandings, which can lead to arguing and other things. But if you realize that a lot of stuff, a good percentage of stuff can just be squashed by sitting down and having effective conversation.
Right.
So.
Because, I mean, you know, I guess I have my honesty moment.
Oh, go ahead. Have an honesty moment.
Dr. Phil here. Because I know,
yeah.
and this is part of you know, you just being a person, and this goes for anybody, about maturity or whatever. Yeah. You know, I can admit that I'm not the best communicator in the world. I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm really not. So, with that being said, being with Ashlee, I have been able to grow to be a better communicator. Mm-hmm. That's because I'm putting effort and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, if I want something, I have to be able to communicate to get what I want.
Right.
No matter what it is. So.
Right.
It's not necessarily a force, but it's like I want to. Mm-hmm. It's like I want to because, you know, like she said, there's triggers. Mm-hmm. You know, there's emotion involved. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just, you know, you being a person of like, you know, I still want to be who I want to, you know, who I am.
Right.
So you got to be able to talk to each other.
I have to.
And it's not necessarily got to be in a marriage or a, you know, dating. It could be just, you know, with friends. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody, you know, that you got your friends and everybody know how their friends are.
Right.
And they know how to communicate to them.
Right.
They know, hey, I can joke with this one. I can't joke with this one. I can say this and get away with it. Right. This one I can't.
Right.
You know, I can chump him off and then we good still, but this one I can't because he's going to do X, Y, and Z. So, you know, it's a universal thing as trying to know who you with. Right. You know, try to figure out what drives them, what they don't like, what they do like. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know, part of engaging.
It is. So how about we get them a few of the tips we have learned throughout the years to kind of help them with communication. So I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said. So I'm going to say the first tip would be, as you were talking about, the differing communication styles. Mm-hmm. So let me give you an example. For instance, if there is a couple, excuse me, and the man is yelling or using a tone that the woman doesn't like, then, you know, and the man doesn't realize that they're yelling, that's just how they talk. But the woman could perceive that to be, you're yelling at me. And that's not the case. This man might just be so excited in the conversation that he's having that his tone is loud, but he's not yelling. So understanding just differences in how you communicate, you know, and this woman can be like, you know, I don't like when you do this. This makes me feel this way. You're yelling at me. And he's like, oh, no, I wasn't yelling. I was just saying da, 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 da. What could have been a bad situation has now just been like, oh, this was just a misunderstanding. I took what you said as you yelling, and that was not at all the case at all. So understanding the different communication styles, I think, is very important. What you got? What's the tip you got?
With the variations, with the different styles, I mean, you have different ones. I would say, you know, don't try to communicate with somebody when you're hungry.
Child, tired, sick, none of that.
When you're hungry.
Especially don't talk to me when I'm hungry. Philmore learned that a long time ago. Don't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
That hangry.
I don't even want you to ask me what restaurant. You better take me somewhere and give me something to eat. I don't want to talk to you.
Man, look, let me tell y'all something. It's like a whole animation when she's hungry and she gets a headache. She start putting that little fingers, she She got like, her little 4-5 fingers right on top of her head. Like that's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. She just be poking at it. I'm like, man, you all right? I got a headache. I'm like, oh, she hungry. Let me find her something to eat. Quick. Like real quick. Cause next thing you know, everything is just, I don't know. You know, it's just blurred and you're not finna do that to me. So let's go find you something to eat. And then when she eats, she's like, I'm better now.
Yeah, it's a whole personality change.
Yeah, like literally, like whole different personality.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right. We got what we wanted. You know, also don't communicate while you're angry.
Yeah. I think a lot of things get said in anger that you're not able to take back. Once you say your words, you cannot take them back. I know one of the tips I do, because I guess I'm having all these honesty moments today. In our relationship, I am the hothead. If you couldn't tell already. Why are you doing that face? What's that face for? I should have recorded this live because you are giving me so many faces today. Yes, I am definitely the hothead. So for me personally, this is me, because I know I pop off quick. If there's a situation that angers me, I'm walking away. Everybody who knows me personally knows I do this. If I am so pissed to the point where something that's going to slip out that could potentially hurt our relationship, I'm walking away. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care if you mid-sentence. I'm walking away. I am. Now, is that probably the best way to handle it? No, maybe not. But that's what works for me, because, I'm still, I'm working on my mouth. And it means working on my mouth. If I'm not in your presence, I can't say nothing to you. So I'm going to walk away until I calm down. Now, with that, also understand that I walk away long enough for me to calm down, to get myself together, to get my thoughts together. And then I'm able to go back and have the conversation. So the conversation still gets had, but I know the first thing I have to do is calm down. So you cannot, this goes for anybody, you cannot get anything accomplished when you're in a state of anger. You cannot.
At all.
Everybody is just going to be speaking from emotion. You did this, you said this, you did not do this, and this, and nothing gets solved. So if you are angry, do not have a conversation until you calm down. That's just real, because the conversation is real. It's not going to be a conversation. It's going to be an argument. It's what it's going to be.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And I know this can be a little difficult.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's called growth.
Yep.
It's called growth.
Yep.
You can get more accomplished when you're not angry.
Yep, you can. And thinking with a clear head. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, ladies, men, don't poke at the bear now.
Don't do that.
Don't poke at the bear.
Don't do that.
They done told you, not right now. Not right now. Don't poke at the bear. Now, see, when you poke at the bear, then that's when Grizzly gonna come out.
Yep.
And then when you get what you get, now you deserve that.
Yep.
You deserve that. Okay, another thing could be, being sad or sick. Don't try to communicate when you sad. Don't eat all of your feelings and pouring it out.
I think, I definitely think whenever a conversation is going to be had, you really have to process your feelings and understand what it is exactly you want to communicate to your partner. Because you want the conversation to be productive. I know you mentioned earlier on how you said sometimes we don't know what we want. I do have a tendency to agree with that, because we do speak from my heart. But when most of the time guys pose the question, okay, but what is it that you want me to do? Or what is it that I can make it better? Or how can I help you? We typically don't have an answer, because we're just speaking sheerly out of emotion. We really haven't sat down and processed it. So one of the things I've learned is that whenever in any emotion, I sit down and have a think session, if you will, and try to figure out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. If I'm angry, like, why am I really angry? Like, what was really the trigger that caused me to be angry? And then once I figure that out, I can say, okay, 1, why did this anger me? And then 2, what do I need from him so that this situation doesn't happen again? And let me also put this little caveat there. Sometimes it's not always something that someone else can do to make the situation better. Sometimes it's just you. Like a situation may have made you angry because it reminds you of a situation in the past that had nothing to do with the person you with now. So now that's a situation that you personally have to deal with. But what you could ask from your current partner is, I need your support. I need your understanding. So there's nothing physically that they need to do, but that's just something that you need from them to help you overcome whatever it is. So I'll say that.
And just to piggyback off of that, I would say what she just said about she has to sit down and process what is she mad about. That is one of the things that's helped me, when she's upset. Yeah. Is because she knows what she's upset about. Now, I can't get mad at it. And most guys, we get mad at the opposite sex. I mean, because we asking them, what you want me to do? What's wrong? And they don't know.
Yeah.
And we get upset because I'm like, you barking at me, but you're not telling me anything. Like, tell me what's going on, not just the surface.
Right.
And you don't have any answers.
Right.
Then therefore I can't help you.
Right. We're
just yelling back and forth.
Exactly.
And then you trying to give me answers. Now, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
That's Y and Z. Right. So, I mean, it goes both ways. Man, we should do the same thing. And most of the time we do. We just, because we know how to just like, look, I don't like you doing X, Y, and Z.
And I think it's. I'm glad you brought that up. The whole process, when I was talking about the whole process, time to sit down and really think about why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Men, I think it's important that you realize that we as women have to process some things, and everyone's processing time is different. So, what I know, one of the things that bothers me is the whole, we still talking about this. I hate that statement because. Yes, we still talking about this because I just now thought about this aspect of it and I still want to talk about it. So
yes, we hate that. Like, didn't we talk about that last week? So, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. So one of the things that Philmore and I have learned throughout our relationship too is that now that he knows I need time to kind of process whenever there's a situation or a discussion that needs to be had, he understands, or what's the question you always be asking? You be like, you don't say, are we done talking about this? You be like, are you good or something? I don't know. But he always finds a way to kind of see if this is the end of the conversation or if this is going to be a continuation. Yep.
So that kind of helps him prepare. So that's one of the things we learned. So we haven't had we still talking about this conversation in a long time because we kind of understand each other now that he knows that if something goes on, then I'm probably going to need more time. And he always finds a way to say, are we good? Do you need more time? And I will either say, no, we good, or I need more time. So if I say we need more time, this is just a pause in the conversation, and we will be picking this conversation up later. Now, I will also say though, when you do that, do not wait forever to pick that conversation back up. Because the men been done forgot about it.
Yep.
And then 2, I say don't take them on for the women's perspective because sometimes we overprocess stuff.
Yep.
We overthink it and we done made a whole different scenario from what it initially was anyway.
Yep.
So even in taking time to think, I still do that within a short time frame because it needs to be solved and it needs to be addressed within a timely fashion.
Amen to that. And then, you know what I'm saying? We should... When they come back, see, another thing is, don't just come out of left field when you want to come back with the pick up the conversation. He might be in the best mood in there. He probably was finna go do something for you real quick. He just made that payment and then you come in at the neck. Women, men, find a time. Like, look, I want to talk about X, Y, and Z tomorrow or later on tonight. And then so both of y'all can be ready. You can put your boxing gloves on. They can too. And then y'all can have a better dialogue when y'all do have the conversation because, everybody know we're ready.
But I feel like too, that sometimes when that is done, that scares some people. The whole, I need to talk to you later or we need to talk statements.
It does.
I think it scares some people. It's like, talk about what we talking about. And then you be like, oh, what did I do? Did I say something? Did I do that? So I feel like, yes, there needs to be an assigned time, but at the same time, it's like, oh, wait.
But I'm really coming back from the, when we done took a pause though.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm ready to talk about that conversation again.
Right.
Yeah. Now just the initial come at the neck, that's totally different.
Just as soon as you hit the door. So, you remember when we was talking about da-da-da? Mm-hmm. Don't be doing it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay.
He been and sit there and cancel that shirt that you wanted. Like, she ain't getting nothing. Spend my money. She thought she was going out to eat this weekend. Nope.
Dang. Taking away stuff. So what's another tip you have for us?
Let's see here. Cause I have some things here. Learning how to disagree.
Yeah.
To agree to a disagree.
Yeah. Now let me tell y'all, that's gonna take work, more work, and then work again. Because
yep.
I think that's a hard one, and that's something it's just gonna take a while. Whenever stage you are in your relationship, it's just gonna take a while. Especially I can speak more from a married state, because I think this is where I ran into the bulk of the agree to disagree. Because if I was just in a regular dating relationship, I'd be like, chat, listen, bye. Like, I don't have time for this. I was the bye queen. I love the gift of goodbye.
No, you probably have a shirt that say bye.
So this is definitely an art. I think what I will say with this, because I think this is something Philmore and I are still mastering. But what I can say about this is, respect your partner in the position that they hold. So even if you disagree with them, still listen to their feelings about it, and try to gain some type of understanding. That doesn't mean that you have to agree, but the listening part and the trying to understand and comprehend where they come from is still vital in learning how to agree to disagree. That's still key.
It's all about finding a balance.
Yeah.
No, we haven't perfected this. I don't think that there is a perfection to this, because, I mean, in marriage and relationships, whatever, there's different stages, and, people evolve, and people's mind, develops and matures at different rates.
Right.
So it's just a work in progress of balance.
Right.
And if you want the balance, you got to be able to work for it.
Yes. Come on, Dr. Phil.
Yes.
All right. So I will say another thing that we have learned is to create a safe space or a safe environment for your partner. So of course we've been talking about communication this whole time. The reality is, if your partners feel like they can't come to you, and discuss things about you, to you, then you haven't really created a safe space for them. So you want to ensure that your partner feels comfortable talking to you. And that's, again, figuring out what makes them comfortable and what makes them feel safe enough to speak with you. Again, that requires communication to figure out what they need so you can provide that environment. Because at the end of the day, if you do not have communication, your relationship is just not going to make it. And that's just the honest truth, because you have to communicate about everything, literally about everything. You have to. You got anything to add to that?
I would say, dealing with that, if you want somebody to be able to open up and talk to you, you can't be the person with the end all be all.
What you mean by that?
Like, I don't care what you got to say. My foot stands and this is going to happen.
Oh, so stubbornness?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because, men, we can be that way.
Yeah.
We can be, we can hear them out. I'll say that, hear them out, but my way is the highway.
Yeah, okay, then my highway is not going to work on any level, not in a serious relationship. If you really want your relationship to thrive and to be the best it can be, that the whole is my way or the highway, I'm telling you, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It may appear to be working. I do know some people where it's that whole my highway, or, my way or the highway type mentality. In actuality, their partner is suffering, right, and they're feeling some type of way. And I'm telling you, there will be an explosion at some point down the line.
Right.
So just don't even, that's not going to work. I'm telling you now, it's not going to work.
And that's when it involves that they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to talk to you.
Right.
Because all I know is you're not going to listen to me.
Right.
Because it's your way or the highway.
Yep. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So the other tip I would say is everything does not need to be addressed. And what I mean by that is that, let's go back to the angry example. When I am angry, I don't need to speak everything that's popping into my head. I just don't, so understanding, what needs to be said and what doesn't need to be said. I think in communicating with your partner, it takes a lot of thinking, honestly. The whole adage that we learned growing up, think before you speak, that's serious when it comes to marriage, because you have to understand that this is your life partner. This is someone that you should be supporting and speaking life into, not taking life from. So you have to be very cautious with your words. So I know I am extremely thoughtful when I'm speaking to Philmore, just for that reason, because this is my husband and I have to treat him as such. And I cannot continue to blow up on him, or I won't say continue to have it, or to blow up on him, just because he's here physically and just because I can. That's not what should happen. So to just be thoughtful, and really think, is this something that really needs to be said at the end of the day? If I say this, is this going to better our relationship? If the answer is no, keep it to yourself. Like, just keep it to yourself. Another example, if you just walking in the mall and you see an ugly baby, you're not just going to go up to the mama and be like, your baby ugly. Are you? You're not going to do that. Keep it to yourself. You don't need to say that. Is that. I'm just saying. Because I saw something on Instagram with somebody was talking about somebody's baby. That's what I popped in. But I'm just saying, would you say that? Right. You keep it to yourself. Same way. Keep stuff that is irrelevant to yourself. If it does not bother you, harm you, or, cause you any type of, heartache in any way, keep it to yourself.
In other words, people, learn how to pick your battles.
Yes. Pick your battles, child.
Learn to pick your battles.
Everything is not worth the argument. I promise it ain't. It's really not.
Pick your battles.
It's really not. Yeah.
Learn how to just be like, look at the situation, think about what's going on, and be like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth, me blowing up over spilled milk?
Not spilled milk, child, yeah, but yeah, I get it. And this is gonna be a hard one, especially for the people, as I call them, my pop off queens, who stay on the ready, always ready to go. I used to chair that committee, but but yes, please be cognizant of your partner and their feelings, and understand that they are not your punching bag. Okay, they're not.
Nope.
Okay.
'Cause I ain't.
Nope, you are not, honey. And I would say another tip is respect. Manners still matter. Thank yous, please. Can you? Do you mind? May I?
You're welcome.
Yes. All of that. Philmore and I do that all the time. And I mean, to me, it goes a long way. Even something as when he cooks dinner. Hey, babe, thanks for cooking dinner. I appreciate it. And that's just something we do. It's just for us, another way of just showing appreciation. Thank you for doing that. Because at the end of the day, honestly, nobody has to do anything, just to be honest. I ain't got to cook. He ain't got to cook. He ain't got to do certain stuff. Neither do I. But we do stuff out of our love for each other. And we recognize that. And we just want to show that we appreciate each other. So thank you and you welcomes go a long way in our household. A long way.
Yep.
That's all you gotta say. Yep. So I think, let me see. I think my last tip would be, you know what? All this technology, put it down. When it's time to have a conversation, put your cell phone down. Get off the computer, turn the TV off. Have a real, genuine conversation. I feel like technology and our cell phones are so distracting at this time. And there's so much attention to it that we are so connected that we don't know how to put stuff down.
True.
And I know Philmore now, even when we go on dates, that's the other thing. You should always date your spouse. But when we still go on dates, I think we take a good, we pretty much put our phones up for the most part. Unless it's like family calling for something serious. But for the most part, our phones are put away because we value that quality time and that communication. That's one of the ways we stay connected. So we are able to disconnect from society for however long our date is. We do the same thing when we go on vacations. For the most part, like I said, for the most part, we're disconnected. There are times, when we're having downtime, one's sleeping, one's not, whatever the case may be, where we, on our phones. But for the most part, we're pretty much disconnected when we're around each other on those dates and vacay times.
Yep.
You killing me with these jabs. You supposed to be giving the people some help, Dr. Phil. I covered it?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. Do we need to rehash? All right, class, please pull out your notebooks. This will be a pop quiz, all right?
They don't have
it's going to be a pop. I'm going to put a pop quiz
for what?
On Instagram.
Why?
They might get a prize. You never know.
Why need a pop? All I got to do is rewind it.
I want everybody to stick their pens and paper out. Y'all ready? Why are you looking at me like that?
Cause
I feel like I missed my calling as a teacher.
You be talking about them little kids. They be crying, talking about my arm hurts.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, those are our tips. I won't rehash since Philmore got a problem with me teaching the class.
They can rewind the episode.
So yeah, those are some of the things that we've learned throughout our relationship. And hopefully these tips kind of help you with your relationship in whatever stage you're in. Whether it's a romantic relationship, work relationship, friend relationship, all of the principles are primarily the same when dealing with communication.
Facts.
Lord, these one word answers, I'm trying to tell y'all. Is there anything else you would
No,
like to add, honey?
That is it. I think we've covered a lot today. Did a good job. I want to take a time out to thank everybody who's been listening to our podcast.
Yes.
It's our 3rd episode.
Yes.
And I would like to say that we have very appreciative to everybody's comments.
Yes, they have been so nice. Philmore and I have been very I guess I know I was shocked. I guess at the responses we were getting from everybody. I didn't really have any true expectations for the podcast. So it was very nice to see all the comments and
the feedback.
Yes, all the feedback. So we are so appreciative for you all listening. I think for our first episode, we had over like 100 downloads. Mm-hmm. That was pretty good. Y'all blew my mind with that. So thank you. Thank you so much. Be sure to follow us now. We are on iTunes if you are not aware.
Yep.
We're on iTunes and Podbean. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Our Journey of a Podcast. We do have a YouTube page. We are working on getting some more content up there, but it is Our Journey of Love Podcast. So be sure to subscribe to all of our pages. We would really, really appreciate that. We love staying connected to you all and want you to, be the first ones to know when we drop something new. So make sure you subscribe to all of our channels.
And pass on the word to everybody. Pass on your friends, your co-workers. Cause I know my mama out there just being best number one mom out there. She out there promoting.
On, mama.
Go listen to my baby. Y'all gonna follow my baby.
Listen to mama.
Yeah, so shout out to my mom.
My mama's doing the same as well. I actually had some friends I haven't talked to in years just hit me up and was like, oh, your podcast pretty mom. I done told people. I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, this is something that, Philmore and I definitely enjoy doing. And, we look for feedback, whatever topic. If there's a particular topic you would like us to talk about, if you want to ask us a question, do that. We're interested in that. We would definitely entertain those.
We will.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. We good?
We good.
All right, y'all. Well, this concludes our episode of Our Journey of Love podcast. Be sure to tune in with us next time. In the meantime, as always, remember, love is patient, love is kind. Peace.
Yep. Do the step, Dad. Do the step.
Oh, my gosh.
Do the step.